Hey, all right. Thanks for joining us for this quick little intro to the Aslsk Ladder. It will be conducted on the ASL Skills Discord server. Primary requirements. 1. You can't lock your games out for everybody not to see. You must be in the Discord server, and you must have an open room so other members can come in and listen to your game. They are not to give you advice that you're not asking for. If you ask them for advice, they should be able to answer. If they don't want to answer, they don't have to answer. But that's the point of having an open server. They'll see your room title, which will be designated as an ASL Skills Ladder challenge. And therefore, when they jump on the Valsal server, they'll see that. They may want to jump on the Discord server, see you guys playing, jump in your room and listen to you guys playing. That's the primary purpose of having the open room. Now, that's for their benefit. Now, for your benefit, if you have more than one player listening in on your game, then if you guys have a question about the rules, you are free to ask those individuals if they know what the answer might be, or if you look it up and so on and so forth. It might save you 5-10 minutes per session, or maybe even more if you do if it's a difficult game. So that's the point behind that. They can listen and learn from you while you guys are discussing rules during the game. And you can also gain something from them because now you have an instantaneous resource. You have 3 or 4 players immediately available that can answer your questions instead of going to Facebook. Primary reason. Second, you must create Valsal logs and you must load them up onto the ASL Skills Discord server. We're going to create a library of the log files through the ASLplayers.net site for everyone to be able to see and download or review or whatever. So if they haven't played a scenario, they don't know how it goes, they could pop up any number of log files and review them for strategical knowledge. They'll be able to use your games in knowing how well either you did or maybe some shortcomings that you or your opponent had that they could possibly avoid. So, learning tool that's very easy to set up in Discord. Neil's got a whole bunch of videos on Valsal and how to log. That's what the resources are there for. You are to use them. Open room, Valsal logs, and then it's about it. A couple other things in there. Trainers are encouraged to help other players during the game by mentioning things they might be not want to do, like, hey, you might not want to move all 4 of those guys your 9-2 leader in the open when I'm shooting at them with an HMG and a -2 leader of my own. Probably not your best choice, and so on and so forth. Maybe you want to drop some smoke in that road before you start crossing it instead of after. Maybe you want to move the armor up, throw some smoke dispensers so your infantry can follow. Okay, things like that. That's what the training sessions are for. They are to give the opponent options that might be a little safer, might be a little more sound. Hey, you might want to charge this guy over here because he's broken. Things like that. Those matches are less competitive, so therefore both players will gain points when conducting training sessions. You will be limited in the number of training sessions you'll get, but you are to maximize the learning from them. It is pretty much straight up learning, but it's a game that you can play. Retaking Fearville is probably going to be a favorite of that one. There's plenty others. Other things, I'd like you to do at least 2 games every 2 months. So therefore, if you have like vacation in June, you're gone for the whole month, you can still slip in a couple ladder games in July or something like that. However the schedule might be. Players, you cannot play the same guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 games at a time, 10, 50 games in a row. Not going to happen. You play your best buddy. Then you got to play 4 other players before you get back to your best buddy for that game to count as a ladder game. You could, of course, play your buddy and then play Joe, and then you play your buddy, play Joe, play your buddy, play Joe, play your buddy. If you alternate, only 2 of those games will count because Joe, 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 buddy, 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 buddy. You only play 2 different players. You learn more by playing different players because you'll see and know what they know, because they'll have a couple rules where you won't know, and you'll have a couple rules where they won't know. So if you play 5 people and each person has 3 different rules the other guy doesn't know, you just learned 15 different things in 5 games instead of 3 things in 5 games. That's the purpose. If you are overly competitive and you care about your points and your point values only. So when you reach a certain level of 1700, 1800, 2300, whatever, and you say, I'm done, I'm gonna sit at the top of the ladder, not gonna work. Not gonna work. You can't sit there and not play. You have to play the game. If you choose not to play the game, you will decay at a variable rate depending on how I set it. So the point is not to score points and be at the top and be Mr. Big. The whole point is to have fun competing. The points are there just kind of like as a scoring system per se. But the primary purpose of this ladder is to engage in more people, multiple players, and have fun doing so and learning as you do it. Again, open rooms in Discord, Vassal logs to download. After, say, 3 or 4 Vassal logs of the same game are uploaded, maybe we'll do a comparison video and see and compare the different strategies the players have used, and therefore everybody else can learn outside of your immediate ladder. Okay? That's the entire purpose. If that does not appeal to you, do not join the server. It is not an overly competitive server. It is simply points that you get by beating players or losing to players. Learning is the basis. Learning is the best thing. Once you learn it, then everything else will fall into place. Your games will be much more enjoyable. Your games will be much more competitive, and you'll know what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and therefore have a much better time spending at this game that we all love. It takes a long time to play a game. You might as well play it at your best advantage, okay? That's the idea of the ladder. Head over to the Discord server. Link will be down below. Follow the directions in the ASL Discord section. ASL ladder section will be at the bottom. And we'll go from there. Hopefully we'll get it started up by the beginning of July. All right, thank you. And we'll see you on the ladder.